First, let me say to you, I cannot wait to see you. You are the treasure I've been waiting for. Do you know how much I really need you? I dey pray for the day when I can finally kiss you. You know, say every day I dey pray for you. Oh, in my heart today's a permanent place for you. That's why my heart is a beat like do.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a really long time, man. It's because of pregnancy. Pregnancy was I would like it didn't allow me to have more time to say. I wasn't just in the mood for making videos or making any YouTube content. But now I'm free. The baby's out, though it's not as if there's plenty of time right now, but I'm in the mood. You know, I'm back to myself. Pregnancy is like someone took over my body like I wasn't myself. Seriously, for 9 months. And today, let's talk about that pregnancy. The pregnancy journey, the delivery, and how it has been being a new mom. Seriously, I can't believe I'm also a mom. Seriously, I still want to be a baby. I don't want to be a mom. I also want to be taking care of me. Not to be taking care of someone. It has been a wonderful journey, really nice journey. And I pray for as many that desire this journey to be pregnant, to have a baby. I pray that the Lord will answer your prayer. The Lord will bless you with the fruit of the womb. You will get pregnant, you will deliver safely, you will also carry a baby in the name of Jesus. So today we'll be talking or discussing, or I will be sharing my pregnancy journey and delivery and things that happen after that too. So stay tuned. So to start with, like I was saying, pregnancy can really transform you, like change you, like take over your life, your body. That's what I felt for the whole 9 months. And they say it's 9 months, but then they will say it's 40 weeks again. So and then after the saying it's 40 weeks, you can say, and then they will say it can also be, 2 weeks before or 2 weeks later. So the 40 weeks can turn to 42 weeks. My own was 41 days and 41 weeks and 5 days. That I was praying. I've been counting that from week. When did I know I was pregnant? Maybe like week 6 or so. I've been counting down week 7, week 8, week 9. Each week was like 1 full month. And 1 full month was like 1 full year. I can tell you this year 2021 is the longest year of my life. It's like there was 9 years or like 10 years in this one single year. Every day was long. Every week was very long. I was counting down to the day. I was telling my baby, please don't stay 1 day extra in this womb. Just come out. 40 weeks or even 39 or 38, just come. But no, baby said, no, mommy, I'm gonna stay a little longer. So she stayed for extra 1 week and 5 days. My pregnancy, to some, it will be seen as easy because I wasn't on bed rest or anything. I didn't really have any major issue. I wasn't even vomiting, no spitting, but my whole body was as if I wasn't myself. And I had this constant headache. And when you're pregnant, there are drugs that you can't just go to the counter and pick a drug like we used to do on a normal day. So there are some drugs I use for my headache that were prescribed by a neurosurgeon that I could not use during pregnancy. So I don't know if pregnancy added to the headache again. So this severe headache, constant headache, was one of my major problems. And also not being able to use the drugs that I used to use, to calm or relieve the pain and the headache. So that was really my major issue. And the fact that I wasn't just in the mood for anything. Sometimes I can just stay in the bed the whole day, like just sleeping, like not going out, like not going to work or do anything the whole day. and then as the day goes by, the tummy keeps expanding. I keep wondering. When I see people get pregnant, I always wonder, do they feel the pain when the stomach stretches? I wasn't feeling any pain. The stomach was expanding gradually, and with time, I'm just saying that stomach is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's really a nice experience, and I think pregnancy should be one of the 7 wonders of the world. It's really wonderful how God can, help us to carry a whole human being for 9 months. And seriously, I thought that 9 months was too long. Seriously, I would tell God, I used to tell God, like, God, why does it have to be 9 months? Why can't it just be 9 weeks or 9 days? And 9 months is too long. It's just too long. Why not 4 months or 5 months at least? But then if you look at the process that it takes for a child to be formed, it takes stages. So you have to be patient. Pregnancy it teaches you patience. It teaches you to be patient. It teaches you to know that everything takes time. So okay, now that's the summary of the pregnancy. I didn't really have I didn't have any issue, no spotting, no high blood pressure, no diabetes, nothing. There was no issue with my pregnancy. It was smooth, like medically smooth. And then the delivery. The delivery was. I've always had stories about delivery. It's the second most painful thing in the world. The first is getting born alive. The second one is the pain of delivery, of labor. The labor pain is the second most painful thing in the world, according to researchers or whosoever found that out. From day one, I wasn't even thinking about delivery. I was not even thinking. Whenever I read anything about it or hear anything about the pain of labor, I just put it behind my mind because I don't start worrying about that right now. Let me just at least finish this 9 months journey. When the day of the delivery comes, we'll cross over. And one thing that keeps me going is I see a lot of women have gone through the process. A whole lot of them came out victorious. I know a lot of people too died during childbirth and all that, but there are a lot of people that came out alive and they are fine. So if this person can do it, then I can also do it. My mom gave birth to me. I have sisters that have also given birth and they did it. So I will do it. So I was not even thinking about it at all. Until 40 weeks came and then the baby was not coming. I was like, oh my God, baby, please come. And the baby refused to come. And then before then, like a few weeks before then, we moved to UK, United Kingdom. And getting here, really their healthcare is far above us, and it is really, really nice. It made the delivery easier, like less stressful. Yeah. So when I came here, I called the hospital because we're still in isolation, the COVID-19 isolation, 10 days, you have to stay for 10 days and all that. So I called the hospital to tell them, okay, I'm new in the country, I'm pregnant, and how many weeks was I think I was like 36 weeks then, or 35. I'm 35 weeks pregnant, blah blah blah. I want to register for antenatal and stuff like that. So we have to fill a form online. So we did that. So here they like filling forms online. Any medical thing you want to do, you'll be referred to another website, blah blah blah, book an appointment. So we filled something online, it's a series of questions, your health history and all that. And then after that they called. I think they called us in there. And we're on the phone for like 1 hour, confirming my name, my date of birth, my medical history, the history of the pregnancy and all that. So they had to put that in record, and immediately they booked me for an appointment for I think the next week. Yeah, because I was in isolation, I can't go out. So they booked an appointment, and getting to the hospital is far better than us. Clean, nice, everything is organized. You book an appointment and you have to come at that time, and when you come, you're attended to. It's not as if you will come to the hospital and from 7 and then you wait till 11 before you're attended to. Now you book an appointment will be booked for you with a specific time. So if it's 25th of December, 8 a.m. Yeah, get there by 8 a.m. and you'll be attended to, and you just leave as soon as possible. So when I got there, they attended to me, they talked to me about all the necessary things I need to know about pregnancy. I also took along all the ultrasound that I've done before and all my blood tests and everything. And they checked it and they said they need to do another one too, to also cross-check. So they booked me for an ultrasound. They took my blood for test, and all this process was smooth. Like, you don't need to start walking about long distance before you go and get your blood, and then how we do in some of the hospitals in Nigeria. No, I was seriously, I felt as if I was a princess or the queen or the daughter of Queen Elizabeth. The way I was treated, like, especially, and then the way they talk to you, they calm you down. They want to take your blood, for example, like, oh, are you okay sitting down there? They put a pillow under my hand because I want to collect blood. I'm like, what's wrong with these people? Collect the blood you want to collect. They made sure I was still down comfortably. They made sure I was okay. They asked you, are you okay? Can we take your blood? They are so used to that here, all their nurses. They make sure they ask you when they want to do anything. For example, they want to collect your blood, and they're like, I'm here to collect your blood. Is that okay by you? Like, what if it's not okay by me? Won't you collect the blood? You need to do the test. Won't you collect the blood? If I say it's not okay by me, will you leave and not collect the blood? So everything is like, they're just very, what do I call it? Respectful. Respectful, which is very nice. They don't shout on you. They don't make you feel bad or anything. So I felt comfortable. I felt safe, kind of. So they took all those tests. They did all that, and then they booked me for another appointment. And every week, I was having an appointment. And one of the appointments, they even came. One of the midwife came to the house, to come and examine me when I was like 39 weeks or so, or 40 weeks. I was very close to. Oh, that was 40 weeks. I was very close to delivery. So she came to the house. Imagine coming to your house to come and examine you. Special treatment. So she came to the house and examined me, and she booked me for another appointment, which is like a week. That if I have not delivered by then, they were going to check my cervix to see if it is open and all that. So that 1 week, the baby still didn't come. So I went for the appointment, and then she checked the cervix, and she was like, the cervix doesn't look like the cervix of someone that is due to deliver at all. And then she started doubting, are you sure your due date is so date? I'm like, I'm very, very, very sure, like 100% sure. So like, your body is not ready at all to go into labor or deliver this baby. I'm like, really? Whatever. So that was like on Tuesday. And then she booked me for induction. Like, by Saturday, if you don't go into labor, they were going to induce you, because that will make it like 41 weeks and like 6 days. So you need to book you for induction. So they booked me for induction, and then I was just waiting for this Saturday because I was tired. That's why people say I do this, do exercise, climb the stairs. I did all that. I climbed stairs, I trekked, I walked, I did check YouTube video, did all the yoga exercise, whatever, to induce the labor naturally. Nothing really worked. But then on Thursday evening, I was when those, I don't know if it is the real labor pain, but I was having this stomach cramps started on Thursday evening, and then by morning it increased, and then it keeps getting more intense. I'm like, wow. So this is the labor pain. Okay. And then it started occurring more frequently. And then he came. I was not supposed to go to work. He's like, he wanted to be there. I said, don't worry, go. I'm okay. And he went. I was still feeling like, I'm fine. I can handle this. I was on the call with my mom. WhatsApp call. She was monitoring me. She was like, are you okay? She was trying to monitor the interval of the contraction. And then it got to 30 minutes, 5 minutes. And then they already told me, the midwife already told me, that when I get into labor or when my water breaks, my water cannot break actually, that I should call, there is a helpline for labor. I should call the line or call my midwife directly. I tried my midwife's number, she was not available, probably she wasn't on duty, so I called the labor line and they were like, how many minutes interval? I told them and they were like, okay. You're coming up. Hold on. When it is like every is it 3 minutes or 4 minutes now that I should call back. So I was just there lying down on the bed. And then around 10 in the night, it became more frequent. I was still thinking I should be able to hold it till morning. But my mom is like, you better call the labor line again. At least you have you have a line to call, you have a number to call, you have people that can help you. So I called back and then they said I should be coming. That was 10 p.m. So I found my way there. I was supposed to take a taxi, but I was like, taxi will be too expensive. Ijebumi. I just took a bus. Bus was still running. Still running at that time. So I took a bus. The bus driver was looking at me. When I wanted to pay, he was like, are you in labor? I'm like, he's like, just go. People in the bus. At first, when I was in the bus, I was the only one in the bus. And later, when we got to the city center, we started coming to the bus. And then when the labor pain started, I was like, I will hold the pole in front of me. And people noticed and they were like, are you okay? Are you sure? Should we call the ambulance? I'm like, don't worry, don't call the ambulance. I'm fine. I already called my husband. I told him, don't worry, I'm fine. I'll go to the hospital by myself. He's like, no, I'm leaving work right now. So he left work and he was waiting at the hospital for me. And I was coming from home to the hospital. So we were in the bus for the first time. Most times they always mind their business. Yeah? Everybody mind their business, but this time around they didn't mind their business. At least 3 or 4 people offered to help in the bus. Most were women. We're like, are you okay? Do you want water? Do you want me to walk you? Do you have someone waiting for you? They were really concerned about me. And I was like, I'm fine. I couldn't really talk very well. I was just like, I'm okay. It took like an hour before we got to the hospital. And I already called her head. So when I got to the hospital, they already knew I was coming. They already prepared a room for me. I just got into the room and then the first thing they did was check the heartbeat of the baby, which was fine. And then they checked my blood pressure. And lo and behold, the blood pressure is high. And like, you have high blood pressure. And then they took my urine, so they tested it. They said there's protein in it. They said that's, what was the name of that condition? Preeclampsia. Yeah, it says preeclampsia. Blah blah blah. I'm like, my blood pressure has never been high before. Throughout the 9 months, they still did my blood pressure on Tuesday, which was like 3 days ago, and it was fine. But right now, it's not fine. So they said they have to give me drugs to reduce the blood pressure before I can go ahead and deliver. So they gave me some drugs, and they keep checking my blood pressure every 30 minutes. At first, it wasn't going down, so I think they increased the dosage or they changed the prescription, whatever. I wasn't really concentrating at that point. So the blood pressure started reducing, and what else? And then all of a sudden, the contraction started reducing. It was reducing. And then before then, they checked my cervix to see how dilated I was. I thought it was you're 6 centimeters dilated. They said I'm 1 centimeter, like 1 centimeter. After all this pain that I've been feeling since when. So it was all for nothing. They're like, no, it was not all for nothing. The wall of your cervix, blah blah blah, was thinning. So that was what all the contraction I've been doing. And right now, it will now start dilating, blah blah blah. So they poke and broke my water with their hand. It was a little painful. And then the water came out. And they were like, now that they broke the water, the contraction should increase more and my cervix should open more. And I was like, okay, no matter. 1 centimeter. We are going to get it. And they kept monitoring the baby's heartbeat. And then as time goes on, the contraction reduced and then stopped. And then my blood pressure was going down, which was fine. And then at the point, the heartbeat of the baby too was dropping. And they're like, no, this is not good for the baby. that the heartbeat is dropping, and that they will recommend a CS, a cesarean section. I'm like, fine, let's go ahead. Just bring this beautiful baby out. I don't want to see her face. I'm tired of waiting. Let's get it done. We brought consent paper. Pew, pew, pew. I signed fast. Yeah, take. And then a few minutes later, they said someone with a more urgent condition than me just enter the theater, and then I will have to wait for them to be done with her before I can go in. I'm like, oh, tired already. And then by the time they will finish that, the baby's heartbeat was fine again. So when the doctor came back, the doctor was like, oh, the heartbeat is good. It's normal now, so maybe you can try and continue to labor. Right? Like the contraction has stopped. I'm not feeling any pain. So they recommended that they would induce me. So they put some, what's the name of the thing? I can't remember. I put it inside the drip and passed it into my hand. And then the contractions started small again. It was not as if it started all over again. I was so annoyed. But I didn't have a choice, so it started all over again. And then they already told me about different type of pain reliever that I can use during the labor. There were drugs. I asked for those drugs. I used these. And then there is also a gas that I can inhale. You breathe in and you breathe out into that gas. Gas is nitrogen gas, so it helps really deeply. It really helps. I was also using that, and then there is also epidural that will be injected into your spinal cord, and it will make all your from your waist downward to be numb. That is, you won't feel any pain from your waist downward, so it will drastically reduce the labor pain. And I already had in mind I'm going to go for that. I'm going to go for the epidural. But they said it's not yet time for me. I have to be dilated, so it's starting a month before I can use the epidural. And they said it is even very good for me to use the epidural, to be recommended, because of the high blood pressure. And it also helps to reduce my blood pressure if I use the epidural. I'm like, I'll go for the epidural when the time comes. So please prepare me for the epidural. Ooh, but then, as we were waiting, the contraction was coming small, and the baby's heartbeat started dropping again. Pyum, pyum, pyum. It's going down for a while before they were able to stabilize it. And when they were able to stabilize it, they were like, I can still continue if I like with the induction, and they cannot assure me that the baby's heartbeat will not drop again. That it can still drop. I'm like, no. We don't want the baby's heartbeat to drop. Let's just go ahead and do the CS that we planned to do before. Let's cancel this induction. That was what me and my husband agreed. And then I said, okay, please just check the cervix. Let me even see how dilated I am. They checked, they said it's still 1 centimeter. Since 1 centimeter. And they said the induction, whatsoever they put in the induction, the drip, I can't remember the name, is just a little amount that they put. They've not really put large amount like that. So we are just starting, and the baby's heartbeat is dropping and can continue to drop. No way. We don't want the baby's heartbeat to drop. Let's go ahead and do the CS right away. So pew, that was how we agreed to the cesarean section. And they removed the induction, and I was like, oh, better, very much better. let this baby go. At that point, I was so tired. I was exhausted. I don't know. I was just tired. So they explained that the cesarean section, they're going to inject the, what do they call it now? Anesthesia into the spinal cord. It's just like the epidural too. It's going to make my waist downward feel numb. So I'll be awake throughout the surgery, but I won't be able to feel any pain, basically. So we went into the theater. They put the injection in my back, and then I just started feeling numb. My leg and everything was not moving. So they had to put a catheter into my, where did they put that? They have put it inside there. I don't know where they put it, for the urine, to collect the urine, because you won't be able to feel that you are supposed to go to the toilet. So they did that, and then my husband came in, and then they started the operation. Even though I wasn't feeling pain, but I could still feel, I still knew that someone was touching me. It wasn't really like pain, and it wasn't really like the kind of touch you will feel normally, but I can still feel some things, but it wasn't pain. So they brought out the baby, and then they gave us the baby. I had her crying, meow, meow, meow. Looking at the baby at first, at that time, I was also feeling very sleepy because I've not slept for like 2 nights now.
Blood in there, but it's quite a small area that holds it on, okay? So they might come off by themselves because this area is so small. So theoretically it might just come off, okay? But obviously we don't know that. So what we generally do is I'll have a chat to my boss.
They did several type of tests before they released us. We spent like how many days? 2 days. And I was able to eat anything immediately. I was asking them, can I eat? They were like, yeah, you can eat. But most times what I've heard about CS is you cannot eat immediately after CS. You have to be taking fluids, water, blah, blah, blah. But they were like, you can't eat. I'm like, are you sure? They're like, yes, you can eat. So I was just eating spag, eating rice, eating sandwich, chop everything. And nothing happened. And I was fine. But the pain afterwards, after the numbness, all the spinal, yeah, they call it spinal, the injection that was put into my spinal cord. And the effect of the spinal finished. That was when I started feeling the pain of the incision. And I still feel it slightly, even till now. So I think that's one of the disadvantages of cesarean section. You still feel the pain even weeks after you deliver. Unlike if you deliver through the vagina, you feel the pain then, and by the time you are done, you recover faster than someone that did the cesarean section. But cesarean section is faster, quicker. Seriously, I would have wished they would have done the cesarean section from the start, from 40 weeks, instead of just stressing me, allowing me to wait for 2 extra weeks, go through contractions on contractions and whatever, before now finally agreeing to cesarean section. That made it more stressful. If I had gone for CS straight up, it would have been less stressful. So that was how I get back to my beautiful Jasmine. Oh, and recovery has been, the first week was not so good because it's just me and my husband and the baby. I don't have any grandma around. I miss my mom. As when I was in Nigeria, I just drop the baby and sleep. But now there's no one to drop the baby with that can help me, not like grandma-ish. None. So I was just on my own. So that made it a little bit more difficult. But apart from that, not bad. And then motherhood is also tough, very tough, especially the sleeplessness. I like to sleep so much. I like sleep, and I don't like anything disturbing my sleep. I don't like the ringtone of phone waking me up or alarm waking me up, anything. I just like to sleep and wake up by myself. But so that does not concern babies, so they cry anytime. And and they wake me up, and then I have headache because of that. But then, do I have a choice? It's part of motherhood. I asked for it. It's been a wonderful, wonderful journey, and I've been talking for 33 minutes. Okay, guys, so that is the summary of my story. And wait, why don't hospital talks about epidural in Nigeria? I have not heard about it before in Nigeria all my life. That there is epidural, there's an injection that can make you feel less pain during labor. That will not make you scream on top of your bed and feel all the pain to reduce the pain. Why don't we talk about it? Why don't doctors talk about it? In Nigeria, why do we like pain and suffering so much? Why? Is it because of money or what? I don't know. And then all this was for free. Let's say for free. We paid for health insurance anyway for like a year plus. So with the insurance, you are fully covered in UK. I think the health care in UK is not bad. Especially if you are coming from Nigeria, then it can't be bad. And if you're also coming from US to UK, you will also know that, oh, no. This is not bad. With the small insurance money you're paying, and you're fully covered. All the operation, whatever that we went through was for free. And even since we gave birth to our baby, everything has been for free for her. We've not been asked to pay for insurance, even though I'm still waiting. Because nothing is for free in this country. I know they will still ask for insurance, they will still ask us to pay for her. But at least for now, we are still enjoying free healthcare for the baby. Yeah. And then, maybe the next video, I'll talk about how my church here has been of great help with the baby. They've been really good support system. Really, really good, which I wasn't even expecting that. Alright then, till then, bye, see you guys next time. Before that, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe right now. Like this video too. Like it. If you have any question, just drop it in the comments and I'll reply. Thank you. Bye.
Papa!
Hey!
Mama!
Hey!
Mommy!
The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and cried. You are my
First, let me say to you, I cannot wait to see you. You are the treasure I've been waiting for. Do you know how much I really need you? I dey pray for the day when I can finally kiss you. You know, say every day I dey pray for you. Oh, in my heart today's a permanent place for you. That's why my heart it a beat like do Cause now you I choose, so I am fair, me I am fair. I sing for you wanna be like do baby, now you I go pick up, I am fair, me I am fair. What there we go. See, I may not give the world to you, but I'll give you what I have.